Hey, put that pitchfork away. We don't harass people. That's incel behavior.
Manosphere influencers have a financial incentive to keep incels as lonely as possible. This is a hypothesis that I've come to, a theory even. And if you know any of the words I just said, you're probably thinking, yeah, that just kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And if you don't know the words I just said, if you're not terminally online like I am, you might be saying,
Smoo, where are all these made up words, dude?
The word incel comes from the words involuntary and celibate. It's an unholy fusion dance made in the depths of hell. They typically refer to themselves as nice guys, commonly when talking about how women don't want nice guys. It is a man who wants to have sex and doesn't. Probably women too. I don't know. For years, they've been the internet's punching bags. It is really easy to make jokes about incels. They're the lowest hanging fruit. Also, people have weaponize this word, calling other people incels that maybe aren't. Imagine, if you will, that you, dear viewer, are an incel. You're having a hard time, you're lonely, you have nobody to talk to, you really don't have many friends, and you definitely don't have a girlfriend or potential future girlfriend. When you go home, you try and do a little bit of self-help, a little bit of DIY self-help, and figure out what exactly the problem is. I made a fresh YouTube account on a fresh browser, no browsing history, no cookies, and I wanted to see how long it would take for me to get a predatory ad. So I searched the words, why can't I get a girlfriend? I clicked on the first video, and before the first video plays, I got an ad for a course on how to get a girlfriend from a manosphere type guy. Now, what is the manosphere? Wikipedia states that the manosphere is a collection of websites, blogs, and online forums promoting masculinity, misogyny, and opposition to feminism. Men's rights activists, incels, men going their own way are MGTOW, pickup artists, and fathers' rights groups. And while this is a nice little summary, I'm gonna present an argument for why incels shouldn't be in that category. I really think that they're a host that the manosphere latches onto and leeches the money out of in order to survive. As the Wikipedia said, they do lean pretty hard into misogyny. Common tropes of the manosphere are high-value males versus high-value females, and low-value males and low-value females. They really like their double standards, and they give out generally horrible advice, which is something that we're gonna look at in this video. After all, when looking at this ad that I was given, who falls for this shit? Clearly someone does, or it wouldn't be so rampant.
A lot of the things that I'm saying here might sound apologetic. They're not. I think that you can understand a problem in order to try to solve it, or at least help solve it, without making excuses. Reasons and excuses are two different things. I'm looking at a correlation between two different groups of people. Obviously, there's a lot of actual violent crime that has been carried out by people who are self-identified incels. And there's also self-identified incels that celebrate such crime. And I will never be behind something like that. I just wanted to make that abundantly clear.
Now listen, I've got a touch of an upper respiratory illness. Something's going on with my eye. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if it picks up on camera. Sorry if I sound a little bit like Kratos. It's not intentional. Hopefully it's not too distracting. Boy. I originally planned on interviewing an incel for this video, and all of them said no or didn't respond, which makes sense because this is a touchy subject matter and it could be embarrassing. But if you are an incel and you want to talk to me about this, please reach out to me on Twitter, _smoocheroo. I will protect your identity if that's something you want me to do. I'm not going to take funny low blows at you. I'm not going to take a shot at you, but I think this is a video that I'd like to follow up on. Also, ladies, I'd like to hear your incel encounters as well. Here's the thing. I think that incels start off as just normal, socially awkward dudes. They approach a woman for the first time. They don't really have many friends. They don't really socialize with people in the first place. There's a lot of reasons why people are socially awkward. But they approach a woman for the first time, like, couldn't help but notice, you look a lot like my next girlfriend. Now to him, this is very nice and a good idea because he saw it in the movie Hitch, starring Will Smith. To her, this is creep behavior and a huge red flag. Maybe it ought not to be. Maybe it doesn't reflect the guy's personality. But given the prevalence of assaults of all variations, can we really blame her for being cautious? So she turns him down, or maybe she says yes and doesn't show up, or maybe she offers her phone number and doesn't ever respond or answer a message or whatever. Now here's the thing, rejection's difficult to deal with even for mentally well-adjusted people. And for that reason, this is the moment of truth. There's a few paths this man can take. He can say,
all right, that didn't work. That came off as a little bit creepy. I need to be less creepy. And I need to adjust my frame of mind and just be myself.
Which is probably the correct answer. Hate to say it. Maybe he says,
okay, I wasn't nice enough. I need to be nicer.
And skips to the,
oh my God, I just love you so much and I can't leave you alone.
type of thing. Not the right answer. Maybe his dad told him, or some male figure, or he saw on TV somewhere, never take no for an answer, and he just systematically stalks and harasses this person because that's what he thinks is romantic, not the correct answer. Or maybe he approached in a good way the next time, got the date, and then after that first date becomes incredibly clingy, starts talking about how he wants her to have his babies and this and that, which happens a lot too. All these scenarios are extremely scary for most women because these emotions are extreme, and it's not unheard of for somebody to act on this type of emotion. If the man decides to try to be nicer, or he'd start stalking and harassing, or he does pretty much anything besides, hey, I need to work on my own social skills before I continue down this path, he will likely be rejected again and again and again and again. This type of rejection can very much solidify the idea that girls don't like nice guys, which is a staple in the manosphere ads. In a moment of loneliness and self-doubt, our man makes a quick YouTube search, and primed by rejection, he's the perfect target for a predatory ad.
If you're texting a girl you really like, but she's leaving you on red, waiting hours to reply, or ghosting you whenever you ask her out, then listen up and face this f***ing fact. She's always on her phone. Girls are always on their phone, which means she sees your messages popping up, but she's choosing not to reply.
Maybe sometimes people just take hours to respond to their text messages. People do that. People have lives that don't revolve around you.
Why? Because you are boring. Your messages don't excite her, they don't stand out, and they don't give her any motivation to meet up with you.
Here's a big thing about all of this, and yeah, a lot of times if somebody is routinely just not responding to you, they're probably not interested. But in a lot of these dating advice things, like getting somebody to reply back instantly is a thing they talk about. It's not a good thing. Chances are if somebody feels the need to be replied to instantly, then there's a deeper emotional problem going on that you need to address before you ever start dating, and or start addressing it. And then if you find somebody you're interested in, you say, hey, I'm in therapy, I've got a couple of things that I'm trying to work through, a couple abandonment issues of my own, so just a heads up, you know. And that is the kind of thing that you need to tell somebody. People have lives, okay? If someone ghosts you every time you ask them out, stop asking them out. It's easy.
How do I know this? Because I know women. I know just how many messages they get each day, I know how most men text them, and I know that 99% of the men texting them are all sending the exact same needy nonsense. I know women.
Source, trust me, bro.
Girls are always on their phone.
Girls are always on their phone is a statement that may or may not be true for the most part, but guys are always on their phone too. Come on, everybody's on their phone. Like, don't do that. Fucking backwards cap. Hello, fellow kids, bald man over here trying to relate to you. Holy shit.
Good morning. What are you doing? How was your day? I miss you. I hope you sleep well tonight. And blah blah f***ing blah.
Don't ever tell a woman good morning. It's a sign of weakness, you f***ing beta cuck. This shit is ridiculous. 99% of men are texting the same woman the same things. Most women don't want 10 people telling them good morning, especially if those people are trying to get them in bed. So that's true. She's not looking for messages that excite her. She's looking for a person that can be exciting, or somebody that she can be with. Like, holy shit, dude.
I know women.
That's the face of someone who knows women.
No matter how amazing your chemistry might be in person, she'll forget all that in a heartbeat if your texts don't make her feel the exact same way. Texting makes or breaks relationships.
Women are like goldfish, dude. Got 10-second memory. If you are the most exciting person in person and she just couldn't get enough of you in person, 10 seconds after you split up, if you're not sending an exciting text message, she's gonna forget the out of you, bro. It is what it is.
It's time to stand out and make her chase you. Yes, you need to send her something she can't resist replying to, that resets her feelings for you and turns things around with her tonight.
That's the classic. Make women chase you. Yeah, she's gonna chase you down, hunt you down and kill you. This drives me crazy, dude. Texting doesn't make or break relationships. Texting is a form of communication. If she liked you in person and you were being yourself, just be yourself while you're texting. Easy. If she pretended to like you, if she seemed like she liked you in person and she's ghosting you via text messages, it's possible that you misread this situation. Just be open about it. Be like, hey, look, I thought we had a great time. I want to see you again. Is that something you're interested in? And if she never responds to that message, I don't know why you're trying to get her to chase you. She's never never going to chase you if she doesn't like you. There's no texting formula. There's no get her back options texting.com copy paste formula for getting somebody to chase you who doesn't like you, dude.
So now you have two options. Option 1, skip this ad and never see it again. Never master texting and never become the best damn option on any girl's phone. Keep getting ghosted, keep getting friend zoned, and keep losing the girls that mean a lot to you.
There he is, appealing to the fear of his target market. It's fucked up because he is actually hitting emotions that these guys feel. They feel like they're getting ghosted and friend zoned, and the friend zone isn't real. If you're befriending somebody with the hopes of sleeping with them, you're doing something wrong and you need to stop. That's not something that you should be doing. I also like this nomenclature of the hard reset button.
I can show you how to hit the hard reset button and get her texting back and chasing you tonight.
These manosphere dudes, they love that shit. They've got a hard reset button. You gotta push their buttons the right way. They're emotionally hardwired to do certain things. Men are biologically hardwired to want the Lamborghini. Women are biologically hardwired to want the man who has the Lamborghini. It's stupid. I've never owned a Lamborghini in my life. I've never had problems. I've never had to hit a hard reset button or whatever. Like, it's fucking stupid, dude. But the problem is their target market don't know any women. And if they do know women, they don't know them well enough to respect them as people instead of fucking robots.
You can choose option 2. Click the watch now button to leave YouTube and watch a video I've prepared for you on the next page. In that video, you will discover how to turn things around with a girl who's ghosting you and make her choose you over all the other guys chasing her. You may only have one last shot with this girl, so why not make it count?
The only reason a woman's gonna choose you over the other people that are chasing her is if she likes you more. And some people will, and some people won't. There is no guarantee either way. There will never be a guarantee. Anytime somebody's telling you that they can do this for you, there are no tricks, there are no guarantees. You have to get more comfortable with yourself as a person. You have to understand what you are looking for and look for that. You also have to understand what you can offer, and not necessarily in a high value male type of way. Like, if you're funny, then you're funny, you know? If you're not, you're not, but you need to know that about yourself.
Go click the link in this ad. It's a big blue button that says watch now. When you
There's
click
not a
that
big blue
button,
button that
you'll
says
go to a
watch now.
page that has a big
Where's this fucking
video
button?
at the top.
Where's the
In that
button at?
video, you'll be sent down
can't-
a
I can't
very
find the
different rabbit hole. A rabbit hole
I
that
can't.
leads you
Oh,
to the
is it this
dating
little
life
button
of
that says
your
see
dreams.
how?
You'll
I don't know.
stop.
Let me show you some warning signs of very shady marketing, okay? The ad that we just watched has been up for so long that where the button is that you press to go to this page has changed, and also the words in the button. Then we go to this next page. Warning. This video will come down soon, so watch until the very end. How to turn things around with her before it's too late. Even if she's ghosting you, dodging dates, or friend zoned you. There's no turning it around. She's not interested. This is amazing though. Watch until the very end. I love that shit. That is some scam website 101 bullshit. I'm not saying this is a scam per se, but it is shady as f. Now, there's no other buttons that you can press either besides their terms and conditions. So you have to just keep watching the video until it's done or close to done before you can move on. So that you have to just allow him to finish his pitch before you can decide whether or not you want the product. It's kind of manipulative. Let's look at his body language here.
Hey man, my name's Rich. If you're here because the girl you like is ghosting you, making excuses not to see you, friend-zoned you, or you can just feel her slipping away with every message you send, then pay close attention.
He's got the ruffled brow. He's got the concerned tone of voice. He's doing a lot of this, like, very therapeutic communication here. Pretty good stuff. Problem is that it's manipulation, and not just any manipulation. He's trying to manipulate vulnerable dudes out of their dollars.
Then pay close attention.
If you're hurting and feeling sad because the girl you like is ignoring you and ghosting you, and oh, you poor thing, pay attention. I've got the answer to your woes. Stupid.
Because right now, I'm guessing you're always the one who texts first, always the one pushing for dates, and always the one waiting around for her replies. You're giving her tons of attention, but she's giving you nothing in return. And I'm sure you understand that if things continue like this, you're gonna lose her. So in a second, I'll teach you how to reverse this dynamic so she starts fighting for your attention instead.
In a second, he'll teach you how to do this. This pitch continues for like 15 more minutes, give or take. So it's not in a second, and he doesn't teach you how to do anything. He just talks about his course, which is obvious.
You can guarantee she's getting hit up with messages, likes, and comments from dozens of guys every day. The good news is I can help you stand out. So as of right now, you need to stop sending her boring good morning, how was your day, what are you doing messages, mistakes that millions of men are making every day. And you need to start sending her messages that get you to the front of the queue for her attention.
The thing about it is that there's no like fraud happening here. There's nothing legally going wrong, because the only thing that this guy is claiming to be able to do is help you achieve your goal.
The good news is I can help you stand out.
And even if you fail to do that, you can't pin that failure on him. He didn't guarantee that you're gonna succeed. He said he's gonna help you. Even in a failure, you can't quantify whether or not somebody helped you achieve your goal and whether or not they're the reason for your failure, right?
Mom, Daddy, this is mine.
Yeah, it is.
Mama made it for me.
Mama wrapped that for you?
Yeah.
How sweet.
And these are mine too.
Are those yours too?
Because if you want to make her choose you, you need to be more fun, more flirtatious, and provoke more emotions than all the other guys chasing her.
Here's the issue. Being more fun and more flirtatious doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything concrete. It doesn't mean anything at all. Basically, what you're encouraging people to do is just to be more crazy. What he's encouraging you to do is to not be yourself. And yeah, even if someone is somehow attracted to this more fun, more flirtatious person that provokes more emotions, which to me just sounds like harassment, but hey, whatever. Even if someone is attracted to that, when they come and see you in person, that's not going to be you, dude. And believe it or not, texting is not what carries relationships. It's your personality.
Otherwise, you'll just be like the rest of them, just another boring nice guy who fails to make her feel something and fails to give her any motivation to message you back.
Just another boring nice guy. Oh, we found it. It's amazing, dude. You don't want to be a nice guy. Nice guys are boring. Women don't like nice guys. Women don't like nice guys. Take it from me, a douchebag.
Are you a douchebag?
No. This guy is, though.
Oh.
Look at him. Come look at this guy.
Yeah, I can tell just by looking at his pictures too.
This is the type of horrible advice these guys give. It's just a taste, but it's pretty nice. The type of advice that almost guarantees that you are not going to be successful. You go out and you provoke more emotion, which could mean anything, and a woman gets scared of you, and then you are further entrenched in this cycle of women. They just don't like me. They don't like nice guys. They don't like anything. They only like the alpha Chad boy. Then you got these manosphere guys that portray themselves as being so successful at getting women, so successful at apprehending a woman, acquiring abstract object that their audience will never get. And it really is funny. Some of these guys write their own fan fiction about it. Like this alpha loser who pretended to go to an orgy with an NBA player who like apparently set him up with a bunch of women because women all go in the same circles or whatever, comparing himself as a high value male to an NBA player, which is at the end of the day bullshit, and also just more manipulation, trying to make you view him as higher than you are. I have to believe you because you're higher than I am. You're in the same circles as a nameless NBA player. Which, from the way he says it, really sounds like it's a question for a human more than a party.
So I like her, and her. He goes talks to them, calls them over, and I kid you not, I got a bedroom for you over here, do your thing. I'm like, what the heck? Is it that easy?
hey, neither here nor there. Moist Critical did a great video about it.
So basically, we were smashing the same chick.
No, you weren't. The only thing you've been smashing is your meat into your hand, you liar.
You got people like Andrew Tate, who routinely give out horrible advice.
If you wear headphones in public, you are asking to die. To me, that's like parachuting with one of the parachute strings broken.
And make themselves out to be the worst role model possible, while still appealing to the incels, unfortunately, that may fall for it. The problem is, being lonely makes you vulnerable. These guys, this nebulous, low-hanging fruit for jokes and jabs, is a vulnerable population, unfortunately. And the only people that appeal to them are the people that have a financial incentive to keep them there. Because even if they're not running a hustler's university, even if they're not running a options texting, even if they're not starting up their own brand or Tai Lopezing themselves to the top, they still have a financial incentive, because someone who is entrenched in this vicious incel cycle is potentially a viewer for a very long time. And viewers equals cash. Now, obviously, I have more or less ignored a lot of the more problematic features of incels. There is a lot of horrible things said by incels, a lot of misogyny that goes around. I feel like enough people talk about that and make jokes about it, myself included. I think it's important to catch these guys before they go down the rabbit hole that these wealthy people throw them down. I mean, just look at this ad though.
Rainy is cold as ice. She ghosts you, is reluctant to go on dates, and requires more work.
Meet Rainy. Look at that font. Look at the vector graphic style that he's going for. This guy knows his audience. It's like, yeah, the people that I'm looking for really like GTA Online. And this is Rainy, a video game character, a two-dimensional woman who is not interested in you. And here's Summer, a two-dimensional character that is interested in you.
Summer is addicted to your messages. She hollers at you, asks questions, sends naked pics, and will jump at the chance to date you in a heartbeat.
It's so dumb, but the guy knows his audience. The guy knows his target market. And at the end of the day, that's what they are. These like lonely dudes, before they ever go down a rabbit hole of misogyny and woman hatery, I really believe that there is a section of their life where they are just regular guys but lonelier, and that's where they get caught. And this is the type of guy who's trying to appeal to them, because it's a customer. Catch them and you drag them down this spiral of women can be programmed, and just ridiculous double standards. Women aren't smart enough and men are too smart, perhaps. I don't know. I'm losing my voice now. Thanks a lot. Later.